Hey everybody, it's me, Latoya from Claudymaze. We talk travel industry, cruises, and all-inclusive vacations here every Tuesday at 3 o'clock. I hope that I make it. It is 1:58 and I am just now recording this video. But I am going to try to be consistent and get this video out today. Okay. Today we're going to talk about oh my God, my dog. My dog. I have a new puppy. I took him out, but he wants to get out of the cage, and so he's gonna make noise. Oh gosh, he's not trained yet. I'm just gonna talk about 5 mistakes that people make when they're booking their Carnival cruise, and I hope that I can get this done and uploaded. But people won't stop calling me, babe. I'm recording a video. Let me call you back. I mean, everybody wants a little piece of me. All right. So the first mistake that I see people make is cruise rates, right? We have to pay attention to the cruise rate. Carnival has, I know I can see, I don't know what people can see when they're booking their cruise. And by the way, this video is for people, if you're booking your own cruise, this video is for you. Or maybe you want to be a travel agent or you are a travel agent and you're looking for guidance on how to book a cruise for your clients. This video will help you to guide you into booking your cruise. Or you can use a travel agent like moi. Anyway, so I know I can see at least 6 or 7 cruise rates whenever I book a cruise. So I don't know if that is when somebody's booking it online, what they can see. But I will tell you this, a cruise deposit is $250 per person. Okay. So a normal cruise rate with a cruise deposit is $250 per person. Now, if you pay less than that, it could be because you have a rate code that has what they call reduced deposits, right? One very common one is the early saver sale, okay? And that gives you a reduced deposit. So instead of paying $250 per person, you will pay $150 or $75 or $50, whatever is the reduced deposit. Now, there's nothing wrong with booking a rate code that gives you reduced deposit, but I just want to let you know that there are restrictions. Okay, so you need to be able to read the restrictions and know exactly what those restrictions are, and they vary depending on the rate code. Okay, so 2 of the main restrictions that I see with reduced deposits, early saver sale, that's like one of the most restrictive rate codes that you can book with Carnival. For one, the deposit is non-refundable. And it doesn't matter if you had insurance, it's non-refundable. So you're putting that deposit down. If it's not $250 per person, that deposit could be non-refundable. So you have to decide, is that okay? And a lot of people, they know they're going on a cruise. That's fine, whatever. Also, you can't change anything. You can't make changes. So say if Susie Q cousin can't go on the cruise and she wants to take her brother, you may be restricted from changing those names. And let me tell you, I was in a Carnival cruise group with like very diverse people. There's a lot of people in this group. I thought that I went to corporate because I thought that they were discriminating against me. I had a client who needed to change a name and they were like, no. And I was like, in this group, when you go in this group, everybody's saying they could change the name. And I had to learn and discover that it was the rate code. So they booked a restrictive rate code. That rate code, not only was their deposit non-refundable, but it restricted them from making changes. It restricted them from changing anything with their cruise if they decided to go on another ship at another time, anything. So make sure that you pay attention to your rate code and read what it says. Okay, read to make sure if there's any restrictions, especially if you book the early saver sale. Now there are some restrictions with other rate codes, but that one definitely restrictions. Okay, number 2. This one might be a long one because room selection. A lot of people will contact me and they'll see something online and they see the price, and then I send them something and it's a little bit more. And I'm talking about $5 more, $10 more. Okay. Because guess what? The category, so the way Carnival categories go for their rooms, it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and up like that. And the higher the letter, the better the room. So the better the position it is on the ship, in my opinion. Okay, so you have to decide where you want to be on the ship. Don't just book anything that you click something and you like the price, but when I tell you it don't cost that much to just take a look and play around with where you are on the ship. And I'm gonna tell you some things that you might want to think about. Number one, noise. So there are some people who they don't want to be near right outside the elevators where people are going to be going. Now, I like to put people near elevators, but I put them a little bit down the hall from the elevator. Like you're close to the elevator, but the elevator is not like next to your room, because who wants that noise? People drunk coming in and out of rooms, making loud noise, and you trying to get sleep to get off the ship the next day, and people are up all hours of the night, and you might want to think about that, where you want your room to be situated. Do you want your room to be close to embarkation, meaning when you're getting off the ship to go to your port? Do you want to like have to go somewhere far away? What about debarkation? Maybe you booked a flight where you need to be off that ship at a certain time. And I don't recommend booking a flight before noon on the day of that you're going back home. I recommend that you get a hotel and stay before the cruise and after. But if you have to go home, don't book your flight before noon. But you might want to make sure your room is close to embarkation or debarkation, depending on your situation. Um, how low do you want to be on the ship? Now, ocean view rooms are normally low because they want you to be like eye level. Is beautiful to see the ocean. So if you're getting an ocean view room, you may end up being low, but you might want to be up high on Lido, um, or, those rooms up there, 10, 11, 12, like that. And then ship location. I get severe seasickness. I take something called meglazine to stop my motion sickness. And so the front of the ship is going to be the worst part of the ship to book if you get seasickness. So if you are a travel agent or you want to be a travel agent and you're thinking about questions to ask your clients, when you're booking their cruise, because you want to make sure you ask enough questions so that you can book the right situation for them. You might want to ask them, do they get car sick? Maybe they never been on a ship before, but if you get car sick, you're probably going to be seasick. So the front is the worst, that you feel it the most. The back is the second worst, but they have some nice extended balconies back there. So if you can tolerate it, I would say if you have to be on the back, book one of those extended balconies. Um, and then the middle is the best part of the ship to be on when you get seasick. So if you want to go to sleep and you don't, it's like a teeter-totter, right? You want to be in the middle so you don't feel those effects. So definitely think about those things when it comes to booking your room. And when I tell you to go from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, is not that much. It's like $20. So, you know, it's not like you're paying $250 more to get at a better position. And people really will try to nickel and dime me. They'll be like, oh, but I saw it was 301 and yours was 302. But I got you in the middle and higher up in a better part of the ship, and you're gonna nickel and dime me about $1. Don't do that. Don't do that. The money is not in my pocket. Trust me. I want you to have the best time and the best situation for your life. Okay, to get your life. So don't do that. Like, come on. Number 3, dining time. When you book your cruise, you have to pick your dining time. I will say late dining is the worst dining. When I tell you, I have so and when I book groups and they have stragglers who didn't book with everybody, everybody ends up in late dining, and it makes me so like because if everybody wants to dine together in a dining room and they have celebrations in there, and you want to be able to have a la carte and sit down, and you don't want to eat the buffet all the time. That late dining, when I tell you, first of all, it's like 8 p.m. and everything is happening while you're dining. You have your comedy show at like 9, so you got to like hurry up and eat. Like, you want to be able to sit there and enjoy your family. I hate late dining. Karaoke, everything that I like to do on the cruise, the scavenger hunt, all that stuff is happening while I'm sitting at late dining. So anytime that I've been stuck in late dining because I'm with the group who had, everybody's supposed to put their deposit down, and people put their deposit down later, and then we're in the wait list, and some of them can't get in the early dining, but everybody could get in late dining. Guess what? Because it's always room in late dining, because nobody wants late dining. Nobody picks late dining. Okay, so to me, early dining is the best, but if you can't get early dining, you could choose my time dining. My time dining, I recommend for people who are not with a group. This is where you just go to the dining room, and just like you go into a restaurant, you're just gonna check in and they're gonna seat you, and it's like random seating every time. So if you want to pick the table that you want to sit at, you can actually call Carnival. I always call for my group, and I make sure I know like where they're sitting, and make sure their tables are close to each other. So yeah, you want that early dining, get it out the way. I think it's like 6 o'clock. It's close to the time when you coming off the ship. You in the Bahamas, you coming off the ship, you hungry, you go get your clothes on and you go to dinner, and then you go enjoy all those activities. You be in a nightclub by midnight, okay? And you get to do all this stuff between, I would say, 8 and 11, and then you go to the club and you be good. Okay. Number 4, ship selection. So ship selection, all the ships are gonna be great and give you a lot of different things, but some ships are older, some ships are newer, some ships have they put in basketball courts and roller coasters and all of these things. You're gonna pay more for a new ship, and you have to pay attention to where the debarkation city, like where are they leaving from, because if you have to fly, um, it could be cheaper for you to fly. Like, for example, it's cheaper for me to fly. I live in Florida, but when I was living in New York or New Jersey, it's cheaper for me to fly to Florida than to LA, right? So if you're pinching pennies and you want to save some money, you may be able to find a ship that's going the same place, leaving from Florida, than leaving from LA or Texas. So you want to pay attention to where the ship is leaving from. And you could probably find the same amenities on another ship flying to like New York to Orlando. That's like sometimes that's like a less than $100 flight. So that's amazing. Like you going on a cruise and the flight is less than $100. That's awesome. And I'll show you how to find those cheap. Well, I'm not going to show you because that's not what this video is about. But you know, another time. So what I like to do is I always recommend new ships to people, and then we go back and forth. But sometimes you're gonna end up on an older ship because you're like fighting me on, oh, it's too many days or this and that. So try to take the advice of your travel agent when it comes to that, because I want you to have all of the things on the ship. And um that's that. So number 5, the final thing, I might make it is 2:15. 2:13. I might be able to upload this and get this to you guys every Tuesday at 3 o'clock, guys. I am going to be here. We're going to talk travel industry, cruises, and all-inclusive vacation. We're going to let the algorithm take us where we want to go, wherever this channel is wanting to go. I'm seeing a lot of viewers on my thing and what they like. It's a lot of information to impact and what I should be talking about and this and that nature. So I just want to ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It helps to support what I do here, giving this information, doing this research, giving away my knowledge, and it helps people see that I'm here. I'm here. Hey, how you doing? Um, let's see. Number 5. So this is it. 5. Prepay and plan. So prepay and plan. I would say prepay your gratuities, because that bill you will get at the end and you will be like, what? Wow, wow, all these hundreds of dollars. I only had 2 drinks a day. So prepay your gratuities. Plan for your excursions, what you're gonna do when you get off of the ship. Plan your flight time. Like I said, if you're going to be leaving the day that your cruise gets back, don't book a flight before noon. Now you might be able to get out of there. I say sit at the airport, because sometimes somebody did something. They got Belgian Malinois running around sniffing people, and 12 o'clock. Okay, 12 o'clock. The average person spends about $500 a day. You don't have to spend $500 a day if you plan ahead. If you already know your activities, have your activities planned, and I would say $50 a day should be ideal for drinks and souvenirs. And if everything is planned properly, I don't even spend $50 a day, but I bring $50 for the day, just in case. But $500 is a little ridiculous, because they getting off the ship and they are just letting the locals tell them what to do. And these people mean well. They want to make money. And a lot of times the things that they want you to go do is not safe. You want to be with a company that is going to be safe. Go on YouTube and look at accidents that happen on excursions. Okay, boats are sinking. You see people go in the parasail ship and they fall down to their death. Like, you want to make sure that it's going to be with a company who is going to take care of you, not just some random person you got off the ship and they just like, oh, come with us. And pre and post cruise hotel, plan it. I recommend that if you have to fly now, if you're driving somewhere, fine. You can drive and get to the port, just leave early enough. But if you have to fly somewhere, please, 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 please book a hotel before your cruise day, at least 1 day or 2 days before. You have no idea how many flights are canceled in a day. You ever been at the airport and they start announcing canceled flights and you just like, "Ooh, thank you, it's not my flight." You don't want that to be you. And I've had people who flights were canceled and they couldn't even get a flight the next day. So 2 days, I would say 2 days. Um, I would say 2 days. I would definitely book a hotel for 2 days, at least 1 day. At least 1 day. So those are the things that I think that you should think about when it comes to booking your next Carnival cruise. And again, if you need help with that, you can always get a travel agent. Anyway, you enjoy the rest of your day. That's it. That's all.